Sinura Wahalathanthri, and I'm here with my sixth video from the DBMS question set series. So in this video, we'll be talking about the sixth question set. So in this video, I'll be explaining about how to create a database using the HeidiSQL software and creating a customized table in that database. And I'll be using the graphical method to insert my data, and I'll be writing update query statements to change those data. Right now, I'm in my home page, so now let's go and check what's our first question. Okay, so this is our question set. So y'all can see over here. Also over here, y'all can see a description. So in this description, they have told that the board of directors of HeidiSQL Academy has decided to computerize the information of all the teachers in the educational institution. And they have, for this software, they have develop it by the Taraka software solution. And they are telling me to imagine that I'm working as a senior software engineer for this company, and my team is responsible to create the database for this software. And for this, I'm using to create a database according to these instructions given below. Now let's move on for our first question. So over here you all can see my first question is to create a database called the HeidiSQL Academy. So to create this database, I'll be using my HeidiSQL software. So now I have arrived for my HeidiSQL software. So now I'm going to create a database using this. So what we should do is we should go and right click on top of our main database and give database as a create new. And when you give create new, like this, a small window will come. So now I will copy this so I can take it. So that's okay, even the double quotation got copied. So I will backspace it. Then y'all can see the creating code is over here. So this is how the database is created. So if you are typing a query, you can give create database HeidiSQL Academy. So like that, you can create a database. So when I give OK, the database named HeidiSQL Academy will be coming. Now let's check whether it has made or not. Okay, so y'all can see over here the HeidiSQL Academy has been arrived. So to create a database table, we should right click on top of our database. So now let's check our second question. So our second question is to create a table called student to store the student's data and follow the instruction given below. So like this, I should create my students table. So student registration number is also there. So now let's create it with these details. So first is our student registration number as a WhatsApp data type and the length as a 10. So now let's create that. Okay, so to create a table, we should right click on top of our database and give create new. And after you give create new, you should give table. Then I have been arrived for this page. So over here you can give a name for our table. So I will give it as student. And to add a column, we should give add from here. So I will give my student registration number from here. Then I will change the data type for a varchar and the length as a 10. And I will give the default as no default value because this is going to be a primary key. So I gave a primary key by right clicking and giving create new indexes. Then for our next one, we should give our first name and the last name. So first name and last name is the same data type as varchar, but the length is 45 for both. So I will give add and give this. So I will give this and length I will give as a 45. And I will do the same thing for our last name. So I will give the same thing as first name and change it to the last name. So let's check the others. Now over here you can see the gender and the contact number is the both are the same data type as Vacha and the length is 10. So now let's create by doing that. So I will first copy my contact number because typing gender is no big deal. So I will first type gender and give the Vacha as 10. Then after we give that, I will give again add, then I will give contact number with the same length and the same data type. Yeah. So like this, I have created my first table. So now let's check how should we save this. Now you all can see over here because this is a primary key, I have given a no default value. But if you are thinking to make it a null, that won't work. So if you want, you can give this data type as int and give a auto increment. So if you try to give an auto increment by giving a Vacha, that won't even work. So that's a point to remember. Then if you want, you can give for the first name, last name and the gender and the contact number, but not giving the no default value, but you can also give null. So null means that when you type something and when you leave that column, nothing will happen. But when you give no default value and leave a column, it will give me an error called this column field is empty. Then you should add the data that you have added again. So if you didn't put no default value and when you put null, even you add a 25 row database or table or column names, nothing will happen because it's a null. That is how you create the null and no default value and auto increment over here. So now let's save this. So what we should do is we should click save. So after you give save, y'all can see in the over here, y'all can see that some codes are running. So now let's check what are these codes. Now when I make it more wider, y'all can see over here the table that I created is over here by the query form. So y'all can see the tables that I have added and the column names are over here like this. So these are the query that I have from the back end they have given to create this. Now let's see whether it has worked or not. So what I should do is I should make this a bit smaller so I can show you. So now let's do that. So what we should do is the way we got it up, I can take it down also. So I will do that. Now I have arrived for my data. So when you click on top of my data, you all can see the columns that I have added is created over here. So now let's check what are the next questions that I have got. Now they have told me to enter the data shown in the table below in the table you prepared. So they are telling me to give the data over here to the table that I have created. And when entering the data, enter the data by the graphical form. So now let's do that. So throughout our videos, we talked about how to add data using the insert query. So in my previous video, we used the insert query as insert into this table database name and the table name, where the first name is equals to this and the last name is equals to this. Like that, we did that. So over there, I did values. So to select, we should give where. So like that, I gave the insert query. So over here, I'm gonna add the data graphically to make it more nice. Right. So let's go. Okay. So over here now I have arrived for my data tab. So over here, when I give this button, I can insert a row. So I will give, so what I should give is first the student registration number. So let's give that. So I will give it as STU001. Then the first name I will give like that. copy it, and what you should do is double click on top of the column that you want to add. So let's do for the others also. Last name I took it like that. Then I'm gonna paste it over here. Then again I'm gonna go for my PDF and copy this. And when I go to my gender, I will paste it. Then I will take the contact number and paste it also. So like this, let's add my data for my others also. So like this, I have added my data. So now let's check our next question. So our next question is, the data of some of the students you have entered above should change as follows. Write the update query statement required to update the data. So now let's check our first sub question of this fourth main question. The gender of the student whose student registration number is STU006 is marked as female, but it should be changed to male. So now let's do that. So first let's make a new query. So you all know how to add a new query. So what you should do is go to File and give New Query, or you can give Control T. Then our update query. So now let's type it. First, we should tell update. We should give update and give our table. Say color academy dot student, and I should use set and tell what should be update. So now let's check what should be update. We should update the STU6 female to male. Should give set. We should give student like this, student dot gender is equals to it should be changed to male, and we should tell where should it change to. So we should give a where the student dot student registration number is equals to the STU006. Then we should give our semicolon. So now let's check whether this is correct. Update SQL Academy database and the student table and set the student gender to the male where the student registration number is equals to the student STU006. So that's how it has been happened. So now let's check. Let's run and check whether this works or not. So I will give run. Then nothing happened. So let's check whether it has worked over here. So you all can see that update SQL Academy student set the student gender male where the student registration number is STU6. So that has happened from the background. So now let's go to our data. So right now you all can see the STU6 is the gender is female, but when I refresh it, it has been changed to male. So you can see now my pattern has been changed to male. Okay, so that is how we did our first question. Now let's check our next questions. Naduni Vijay Singh, her student registration number is STUD010 is stored in the database. It should be changed to STU010. So now let's do that. So now I will delete this. So if you want a quick screenshot, you can take it. Okay, so I will delete this, and let's check whether this is true or not. Yeah, so y'all can see Naduni Vijay Singh, her student registration number is STUD010. So y'all can do it graphically, but in my question they have told to do it in the query statement. So I will do it as that. So first what we should do is, I should go to my query and we should tell update say color. So I will give say color academy dot student, and I should tell set the student registration number should be equals to the STU 010, and I should tell it more specifically. So who knows, it can be changed to anything. So that is wrong. So I should tell a where the student. So I will give student dot first name is equals to Naduni. So I will take it from here. So it's way more easier than that by typing it. So I will give it over here, and I should tell and the student dot last name should be equals to Naduni Vijay Singh. So if you want, you can tell where the student registration number is equals to STUD. So because I want to show it more specifically, I will give Naduni Vijay Singh. So right now, the update say color academic student and set the student registration number to the STU 010, where the student first name is equals to Naduni and the last name is Vijay Singh. So to make this student registration more specific, I will give student dot. And like this, I have given my student registration number. So now let's run this. So I will go and give execute SQL. So from the background, you all can see update say color student registration number STU10 like this has happened. So now let's check whether this is true or not. So you all can see right now it's STUD, but when you refresh it, it has been changed to STU. So that is how I gave for my second question. So now if you want to take a screenshot, you all can take it. Okay, so I will delete this. Okay, so for our last question from the fourth, student registration number, the STU20, student's first name must be changed to Kalani. Write the required update query for that. So right now in our database, they have told that the first name of the STU10 is Lahiruni. And now I should change it to Kalani. Yes. So what I should do is update say color dot student and set the first name student dot first name should be equals to Kalani. And I should tell where the student dot student registration number is equals to STU 20. Isn't it? Yes. It's Lahiruni is STU 020. And I should give my semicolon. Now, is this correct or not? So if you tell wrong, you are wrong. If you are telling right, you are right. So now I will run this. So what we should do is we should go and you execute SQL. So you all can see over here, it has been changed over here as update say color. Student set the student first name to Kalani, where the student registration number is STU20. So right now in our data, you all can see that over here, you all can see it's still Rahiruni. But when you refresh it, it will be changed to Kalani. So this is how I update the third question. That means in the fourth main question, the third sub question. So y'all can take a quick screenshot of this also. Yeah, so like this, I have completed my question set 6. So like this, I will conclude this. Now, I will be back with my question set 7. So until that, stay tuned. Have a nice day and bye.